Hello everyone, and guess who's back? Yes, I'm back and I'm better. No, I'm joking. I'm back with a new series. It's going to be a health check series with tips and tricks about how to keep your hair healthy. So just shout out you guys who did respond to my Instagram poll to let me know what you were looking for, because that's helped me to plan out the next few weeks of content. So yeah, thank you. Those of you who are not familiar, my Instagram is KeraCare.1, so go check that out, give it a follow, a like, all of that good stuff. You know how it goes. So today's episode number 1, is about how do I know if my hair is healthy. Do you struggle with frizz or tangling or dullness or limp hair, or it's really soft and just, you know, doesn't have any hold? Or is it splitting at the ends? Are you getting fairy knots? All of those are signs that your hair is not healthy. It's not doing so well. It needs some love. It needs a solution. And that's what we're going to talk through today. Okay, so symptom number 1, we're going to start with the big guns here, is frizz. Everyone struggles with frizz. Nobody likes frizz. And we all get it from time to time. And what is that saying about our hair? So if your hair is frizzy, it's quite simple. It's your hair basically saying it's thirsty. It's a dehydrated curl. That's what frizz is. So when there's moisture in the air, your curls or your hair will be trying to absorb that moisture, and as a result of doing that, it changes the way that your hair is curling, changes the curl pattern, and becomes frizzy. It's trying to absorb the moisture that's in the environment around you. If it is getting frizzy, it means it's dry, it's dehydrated, it needs some moisture. So we'll get on to how to treat that in the next part of the video. And thankfully right now frizz is not a problem that I'm dealing with. My hair is clearly hydrated, it's quite defined, it hasn't lost any of that curl pattern to the moisture in the air, so I'm happy that I don't have that symptom at the moment. Moving forwards, symptom number 2 is if your hair is dull and really like soft and has lost its hold and its shape. And this is something that I've struggled with recently in the last couple of months, and it wasn't until it happened and I started to realise, why is my hair looking like this, and did some research and figured out why and fixed it. So thankfully I'm not struggling with that at the moment either, but I was very recently. But basically, this hair is like, the curl is there, but it's so soft, like it melts in your fingers when you touch it, and if you touch it too much, it will just drop its shape and lose the curl. It also just looks a bit limp. Like today my hair's got a lot of volume, but it doesn't look like that. It just kind of hangs. Obviously that can be to do with length as well, but yeah, it will just hang like quite limply. It doesn't like spring back if you're doing that, and it's just really soft to touch, and like I said, doesn't have that structure. And if you've got this, then unfortunately you've probably put too much moisture into your hair. And I know that sounds crazy, like everyone wants to put moisture in their hair. I know it's good for your hair, but everything in balance basically. So you're doing those deep conditioning every single week and putting on loads of moisturizing styling products daily or every other day, whatever you do, and actually what your hair just needs is a bit of protein. That protein is gonna give your hair the structure. It's what your hair is made of. Your hair is a protein, so you need to keep some of that protein in your routine as well as moisture. So it's all about balance, and I'll get on to again how to introduce protein into your routine if you are over moisturizing and your hair is what's it called, hyper. Symptom number 3, is your hair dull, limp, lifeless? I'm joking, but yeah, if your hair is quite dry and dull, and again limp, that is telling you obviously something is wrong. There's something wrong with your hair, girl. So this one actually is a tricky one to figure out. I had this one as well recently, and I just couldn't figure out why my hair was looking so dull. Like, I know I've got dark hair, but there's a difference between this dark hair that you can see the light like bouncing off of it, and just dull dark hair that just doesn't look great. So yeah, when I had this issue, I couldn't figure it out. Like, my hair was dull, but I was using all the moisturizing shampoos and conditioners. I was using deep conditioning treatments weekly, and then even added in the protein once I figured out that my hair was really soft because I had too much moisture in it. Yeah, it was still looking dull, it was still feeling dry. Like, all of this conditioning and moisturizing, it just wasn't doing anything for my hair. And basically, again, with a bit of research and a bit of experimenting, I realized that I needed to remove the buildup. So all these products that I was putting on my hair were great, but also when I was shampooing with this ultra conditioning shampoo, ultra moisturizing shampoo, it wasn't actually cleansing and getting the products out of my hair from the previous week. So yeah, that is a symptom of product buildup. Okay, and finally, symptom number 4. So yeah, this one makes me a little bit sad because there's not too much you can do about it other than snip snip. So yeah, if you've got split ends and fairy knots, if you don't know what fairy knots are, they're like little knots that form on like a single hair strand, or like a couple of hair strands, literally like 2 or 3, will all like knot together in the middle of your hair as well. So it's like if you pull it and break it off, you're going to start getting breakage. So it's similar to a split end. Like, if you pull your split ends, which you definitely shouldn't, you're going to pull the split up the hair and then it's going to snap halfway down your hair strand. So yeah, if you've got split ends and fairy knots, this is not good. Your ends are probably just dead. You've got dead ends. Unfortunately, all that product and moisture that you're putting into your hair is just not gonna revive. Right, so now I've depressed you with all of the symptoms of unhealthy hair. Let's move on to something a bit brighter, which is the solutions. And thankfully, there are solutions that can bring your hair back to life. And I've been through all of these symptoms and problems, hence me being able to talk about them. And I figured my way out of them, taking some trial and error. And yeah, hopefully therefore this video will be helpful for you to not have to take all of those months of experimenting and researching to figure out what's going on. You can watch this video and I can tell you what to do. So for that first symptom, that dehydrated curl, that frizz, the clue is in the name. If it's dehydrated, what you want to do is hydrate it, give it some moisture. And you all know the way to do this is deep conditioning. You need to deep condition it. So you want to do this at least once a week. And what kind of deep conditioning you do is up to you. I like to use like a pre-made mask these days. I used to be like an advocate of hot oil treatments, but they just take a bit too long. They don't fit into my lifestyle. And also, whilst they're really good for like detangling and adding in moisture, I don't get it because then you go and wash your hair afterwards anyway, so it's like, where's that moisture gone? And sometimes I'd still feel that oil on my hair afterwards, and then that probably led to the build-up, which led to the dullness. So yeah, it was just not for me. But if you find the right oils for you and wash them out properly with the right shampoos and conditioners, then yes, it can be a good deep conditioner. And also if you've got the time, but I don't have time for that anymore.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
So yeah, first things first, you want to add in moisture into a frizzy curl. You need to deep condition. At the moment I'm using a Shea Moisture mask. It's the Manuka and Honey one. I put a picture in because mine is like 6 months old, I think, so it just looks a bit battered and whatever, so I'm not going to show you. Yeah, actually I just wanted to show you an oil that I do use and that I do like, because it kind of sounds like I'm not a fan of oils. I'm not a fan of heavy oils. I used to love coconut oil. I used to put it in my hair all the time, daily. I used to put it in my hair daily, and it just, in the long run, it didn't do good for my hair. I loved it that much, even a colleague at work, wait, let me show you. Okay, all right, I'm back. Yeah, I was just saying, I loved it that much. I was a coconut fan advocate. So yeah, a colleague at work even was in the shop. She's like, oh, I saw this in the queue and I thought of you. The woman got me a pocket-sized coconut oil so I could carry it with me wherever I went. This is how much I loved it. But the oil that I'm using these days now The oil that I'm using nowadays is this Aunt Jackie's flaxseed oil. So it's soft all over, multi-purpose oil, so you can use it for your hair, your skin, your body. And I do use this sometimes if my hair needs like just a bit of a moisture seal at the end. So when it's dry already like this, I might put a tiny bit on just to hold the moisture in and set me off for the rest of the week. Or I might use it as an oil treatment if I've got a bit of time and if my hair is especially tangled and I need to like detangle it, condition it a little bit before I wash it, then this is the one that I'll be using. Symptom number 2 was the limp hair that's kind of lost its curl pattern and feels really soft to touch. We already discussed, or I already discussed, that that is due to too much moisture. So yeah, like I said, all of those masks and conditioners and all of that stuff that is really good for your hair, too much of it is not so good. So you want to introduce some protein back into your routine. So for me, I did this with a simple conditioner. So normally my shampoos are always really moisturizing. So I got a moisturizing shampoo because I still want to have that moisture. So I got it in the same range as this, and then I got this conditioner. So this is like a dupe, I think, of another one. What's it called? I don't remember, but this is a dupe of another one. So the one that I wanted, that I saw and had heard good things about, was about £20 each. And then I saw that Garnier had the same one, same like packaging, same shape packaging, same concept, all natural, that kind of thing. But this was like £6, I think, or £4. It was like stupid cheap. So this is the repairing hair food papaya and coconut. So when it says repairing, when it says keratin, strengthening, that kind of thing, anything with those kind of words on it means it's got protein in it, because that is what's going to repair your hair and make those strands stronger. So yeah, I just introduced this after my shampoo, put on some protein conditioner, and then carry on with the rest of my routine, and that seems to have worked and got my hair and my curls juicy with a bit of hold as well. Right, so symptom number 3 was the dry and dull hair, the tricky one that took me ages to figure out what the hell was going on. And as I said, it was product buildup. So what you want to do for this is introduce a clarifying or cleansing shampoo into your routine. So yeah, anything that says clarifying, cleansing, those words show you that this product is like a deep clean. It's a deep clean in shampoo, and they usually look more clear in color and consistency. So the more like cloudy they are, the more like nourishing and conditioning they are. And the more clear the shampoo is, the more clarifying it's going to be. So at the moment I'm using the KeraCare one. Yeah, it tells you what to do on the bottle. It says first lather shampoo, so you literally want to use this as the first wash, like the first rinse. And I basically alternate that with my moisturizing one now. So I'll use this 1 week and really get that deep clean. But if you overuse it, obviously then you are going to strip your hair of all of that moisture that you've been trying to build. So again, it's all about balance. To get that deep clean, you're going to need sulfate. You're not going to get it without sulfate. So I know that people are scared of sulfates and everywhere's advertised like sulfate free, but actually sometimes your hair needs some sulfate, because that's the only thing that's going to remove all of the silicones and things that are in all of your other products. You're not going to get that without a sulfate, a shampoo that has sulfate in it. And finally, for that split ends and fairy knots symptom, I've already said what you need to do. You're gonna have to get a chop. You're gonna have to get your hair cut. I'm not saying you need to do a big chop, but if your splits are quite big, then you might need a big chop. These ends, they're gone. They're dead. They're lifeless. I'm sorry. So yeah, you need to cut them off, because if you don't, they're just going to travel further and further up the hair strand, and therefore make you cut off even more when you do get your hair cut eventually. So there's no two ways about it. You need to get your hair cut, get your ends cut off, and start again. I've never heard of a single product, or never come across a single product that can mend or repair your split ends. It's just not, it's not possible. the end is split already. How are you going to stick it together? It's not going to happen. Go and get your hair cut. Finding a decent place to get a curly haircut is a whole other video and a whole other story. Just about happy with this one, and this took me years to find. So, and that is it. I wanted to keep today really simple, really short and brief, because I have a tendency to waffle. So yeah, I hope you liked it. So there's 4 symptoms. Why does my little finger do that? So yeah, there's 4 symptoms of unhealthy hair. That is frizz, which is dehydration. That is it being limp, losing hair, losing its shape and curl hold, and feeling soft, and that is too much moisture. The third one is feeling dry and dull, which is products buildup. And the fourth one is those split ends and fairy knots, which means your ends are dead and they need cutting off. But yeah, on that note, I'm gonna go. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please do like, comment and subscribe, and head over to my Instagram, where there'll be more curly hair tips and tricks and videos in the future. Thanks, bye.